Hello. Welcome to the first Brownie Q&A back. Late night Q&A, well, evening, wherever you want to call it. It's late night for me anyway. And I got Sam Greenwood in the house. Hi, Sam. How are you?
I'm all right, Brownie. Thanks for having me on. How you doing? You okay?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Just thought I've had a long day. You want to watch Peaky Blinders, so potentially it could well be a 9 o'clock UK cut off. And we'll see what happens. Maybe other people want to come in. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Okay, channel figures are above. We're 7 short now of our 2,000 mark on
Bloody hell,
on
that's
YouTube
close.
subs, and everything. All the details are below. Sam, you joined me in the second half. You pleased with the Arsenal game?
Yeah, very pleased with those 3 points today. 2-0 victory against Leicester. Yes, Leicester, they're not exactly the really tough team they were a few years ago, but still they're a good team, some good players, and I'm pleased with the result. It's a good result, puts us
Yeah,
in fourth. We've got 3 games in hand on United, we've got a game in hand on Spurs, and I think we're in a comfortable position at the moment.
yeah. I think Leicester fans starting to question Brendan Rodgers now. I think.
Yeah, that's like we was talking about there on the stream earlier. Brendan Rodgers earlier, you could say he's done a lot of good, but now you sort of get to the point where is he really delivering on what he should be delivering? It's he's been
Hmm.
close to doing some really good things, and every time he gets into a position where like he's in a semi-final or a final or a real crunch game where something big could happen, he always loses. And it's it seems to be a bit of a bottle job like Pochettino is known for, and you have to start asking questions then. And you see the Leicester trajectory, the way it always goes. They start strong and then they just completely collapse, don't they, towards the end of the season? And it
Yeah.
happens season after season with Rodgers, and so you have to ask questions about him.
Oh, and he's a Swansea bastard anyway. Do you know what I mean? So,
Fair enough. Fair enough.
you know, um, but before Odegaard went permanent at Arsenal, the conversation was Madison or Odegaard,
Yes.
and Madison was priced top of my head, Sam, double if not more than what Odegaard Arsenal
I
got
remember
Odegaard
back
for.
when I remember back before Arsenal purchased Erdegaard, and there was talk of Madison instead of Erdegaard, and they were saying, there were a lot of Arsenal fans and fans in general who were saying Erdegaard is not very good. He's got some talent, but he's not very good. He's a bit of a washout because he's not playing for Real Madrid. He had an okay loan spell at Arsenal, wasn't great. Madison, much better talent, much better player. They said Madison was like what 70, 80 million at that mark,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
mark
yeah,
70 or 80 million they were even talking about. So no, I think we're seeing now in hindsight that Arsenal did the right thing.
yeah, exactly. And they also done the right thing about pulling out of Buendia because I do not rate him as a supporter of a championship team. I
Has
knew
anyone
Buendia would
has,
not
has
make it
anyone
at
heard
Premier League. Yeah,
has anyone heard of him this season for Villa? No one's heard of him. I haven't heard. I think I've heard his name mentioned twice.
that's social media for you, and social media
Mm,
supporters for you. And I think we've shown our age a bit, Sam. But through our experience,
mm,
we know that some players it just takes a little bit longer
mm.
and an arm on the shoulder, and that's we knew Odegaard would be a good bloody
Well,
signing.
the thing is with me, with Erdogan being, is my background from Norway, and I've seen him since he first became a professional in Norway. I
Yeah,
saw him play for the local team where I was when he was in the Premier League at 15. I've seen him play many, many games. So for me, I have a lot more in-depth knowledge of seeing him play than most people. So that's why I always knew he was going to come good because I could see it in him. I've seen him play enough. Whereas with these social media fans, they've only seen bits of him here and there. And I guess the Arsenal loan was a bit hit and miss. You saw some good things, wasn't that great, but it's to do with the chemistry and the players around him as well. that wasn't working that great. Aubameyang and these other things, Willian and that. So you could see, I could see that with the right players around him, get those players out, get a few better players in, it's going to work a lot better because the guy has that potential. I could see it in him. So you saw it with Real Sociedad. I saw some of the games there as well.
Yeah, yeah,
I saw it before then. I saw him in Norway. I saw him. I saw a few of his games. He played. He played in the Netherlands as well. I could just see the kid has so much talent, and I just knew he was going to come right and prove everyone wrong. And I'm glad so many people have realised now that they need to eat some humble pie with him because he's just levels above most players. And Madison today, they were on opposite sides of the pitch. Madison was completely invisible.
yeah. I
And
completely agree. I think he's a one season wonder, if I'm honest.
Erdegaard was pulling all the strings in the Arsenal attack. He's become the reason he's starting instead of Smith Rowe is the simple fact that Erdegaard is and has become the puppet master. That he's pulling all the strings. He's become the heartbeat of the Arsenal attack.
What I'm doing, Sam, I'm trying to get a link in a chat of that video of that video we done about Erdegaard, and it
Yeah,
was right at the time. I love that. I love that chat. Absolutely
yeah.
loved that
Because
chat.
what's great about that chat is many of the things we said have happened.
Yeah,
We could see these things, the talents in him, and we were talking about him before. Before Arsenal were actually in to buy him and stuff like that. And many of the other Arsenal fans and other fans was, oh no, he's not good enough. He's not good enough. And you and I were like, well, actually, he is. It was
I
pretty
know.
interesting.
I really can't. I'm going to watch it again. Actually, I'm going to watch it again very soon. But I want to put a link up.
Yeah, it was a nice video. I remember because we went through his background, his early career. We covered a lot of details that people don't know about him. Which is I'd recommend people to now that Erdogan has become a well-known player for many people, especially for Arsenal fans. I would definitely urge Arsenal fans to go and check that video out to get more
Yeah,
in-depth knowledge. And there's things that we talked about in that video that you won't see anywhere else. You won't see written or talked about anywhere else because I know some things at a personal level that we talked about that other people don't.
I was out in Spain at the time, wasn't I?
Yeah, I think he was down there. Yeah, but you'd seen him for Real Sociedad, and because he had that season on loan for Real Sociedad, and he was their player of the season. You know, he was their player of the season, and he had
Oh
great
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, completely.
he had great stats, and the reason he didn't get into the Real Madrid team was because Zidane changed his mind on him. Zidane decided to go with a different constellation in midfield, changed his mind on him, and Ancelotti, who came in after Zidane, actually said to Erdegaard he had him in his plans for midfield, and then all of a sudden he changed his mind again. Ancelotti changed his mind as well.
Here we go. I got it. I got it. Okay, right. Bear with me. Just talk away for a minute, Sam.
Yeah, no, just so Ancelotti also, well, halfway promised him a role in Real Madrid, and then he changed his mind. Things changed at Real Madrid. There was all that turmoil with the finances. There was a lot of uncertainties that had arisen, and all of a sudden that meant that he wanted Erdogan. I know he wanted to play regular football. That's at that point of his career now. You can't just be sitting on the bench. He needs to play regular football. He's captain for Norway, and the Norwegian national team coach, Ståle Solbakken, his name is. He actually said to Erdegaard before this season, he said, if you're going to continue to be captain for Norway, you have to play regular football, top level. You can't
Yeah,
just sit on the bench. So he wanted to go out and get regular football. He knew he had to leave Real Madrid. So he wanted to leave Real Madrid, and then Arsenal wanted him back. He had a good time at Arsenal. Him and Arteta get on very well. He believes in Arteta's plans. He gels well with the Arsenal squad. So it was really a no-brainer for him to go back there because he was already used to the Premier League. He was already
yeah.
used to Arsenal, it was a very easy fit for him to just go back there, and that's
We have to be honest. It took him quite a while to get up to
yeah,
the speed of a Premier League. We have to be
yeah.
honest on that. But when
Yeah,
he
but
did,
that is the difference, right? The Premier League
yeah,
is much quicker. The pace is quicker. The defenders are better. They are going to give you less space, less time on the ball. And yeah, it took a little while for Odegaard to adapt to that, but he's adapted well. And now you see him now today. I don't know how much you watched him today. I was trying to watch him as much as possible. Some of the passes he had today were just next level, and he was doing back heel flicks. It was incredible. It was like he was like watching a I mean, if it wasn't Erdogan, if it wasn't a Norwegian kid, if let's put it this way, if that was an Özil or a Neymar or I don't know, someone else like that, people would be creaming themselves talking about him like he's fucking
yeah, I get it.
Maradona. But because he's Erdogan, and he's this kid from Norway who isn't really a big brand and all of that, people just it's like, oh, he's just they're not even really noticing.
Hang on, Sam. We got you were mate fucking Brandon Tyndall come in and fucking hell.
What's it with Brandon Tyndall now?
Oh yeah, he just came in. I've removed him. I removed him. Anyway, so I know, fucking weirdo. So I put the link in anyway, and guys, if you do have spare hour, I think half hour, an hour, I'm gonna watch you again, Sam. I'm gonna watch you again.
Yeah, good video. It was a good video we had there.
And Cheddar's sending over 30 million was a win-win scenario. Really was.
Yeah.
And I'm very surprised that other clubs looking at him during his loan at Arsenal didn't really, take a chance, especially at 30 million.
Mm. I think that might have also been down to maybe, and again, this is just me speculating. I think maybe it also was down to Erdogan. I think maybe he wanted to go to Arsenal. I think he was like, yes, I want to come back to you. Strike an agreement with Real Madrid, and I think he just chose Arsenal.
Yeah. And Chelsea Virgo. Yeah, we knew he would be. We knew he would be, and I hope you can you see the link. Yeah, there is the link is showing in the chat as well. And AWAS, Brownie, AWAS. Where's Mr. Carrick? Well, AWAS, you know that he had a bit of a mad one last night. You can't see fuck all because he broke his glasses. And as a result, I think he headbutted a bloody computer screen, which means that he can't. Anyway, that's Nathan Vier. That's fucking Nathan Vier. Right, here we go. Okay. I had a nightmare, Sam. I've had a nightmare few fucking days.
Let me just.
And I wanted you on here. I wanted you on
Yeah.
here because we basically, the Mrs. Putin kind of thing. I don't know how much you know when I was bloody out in a fucking middle of shit in Bucharest and bollocks. You know what I mean?
I heard bits and pieces of what you've told, but let me just say one thing before you go on your lovely storytelling adventure. I just want to say one thing. I am not surprised. Okay, take it away.
What do you mean you're not surprised? Come on, you know the me and Mrs. Putin kind of background more than anybody on YouTube. So come on, what do you mean not surprised? I'm not going to bite your head off.
Let's put it this way: things didn't exactly go according to plan when you came and visited me, did you? In terms of how you're pretty good at messing around and things getting messed up at the last second and things not going according to plan. And then you had the whole, and then before you come out, this is a while ago when you were still back in Spain and stuff. You had that whole, what, you was off and on with her, Mrs. Putin, 3-4 times? You was together, then he wasn't together, he was together, then he wasn't together. So
I you know what? I'm actually putting that down to the Spanish shutdown. Yeah. I really am.
Yeah, fair.
You know what I mean? Because we were like living on top of each other, and we never were like that.
Yeah. No, no, there's a
You know
lot
what
of
I
trouble
mean?
with that. Yeah, I get it. But
You know?
I also think there might be some incompatibilities there between you two as well.
Yeah, I know. I do miss arguing with her, actually. I have told her. Anyway, so after everything, she finally agrees to give Dubai. And you know, Sam, Dubai was our dream, not just mine. You know that from before.
Yeah.
It was our dream, right? Anyway, so yeah, over the moon. Like no problem, no problem. You know, fucking. And then what do I do? Fucking 2 days ago, proper head in my hands. Fucking moment. Proper head in my hands. Fucking moment. I got a brush. I got a Russian brush. I warned myself, no. That's it now. Straight and narrow. No more. No more. Fucking straight and narrow. Had a couple of drinks. I know a couple of numbers already over here. That's fucking dangerous, isn't it? And yeah, and she come back. She come back to mine. No problem. Then how am I gonna say this? I didn't realize she was on her period. She was on her period. Anyone who watched the Enveloper and know this story, I do apologize, but she was on her period. And I looked at it, and I looked at her, and she went to me, "What is the problem?" I said, "Hey, no problem." I said, I'm fucking game. Do you know what I mean? I'm fucking game. So I went down face first.
No,
I did, yeah, I did, yeah.
you fucking nutbag,
It was
honestly.
like parting of a fucking Red Sea all over my fucking mattress.
What the fucking hell are you doing?
Oh, honest, it was fucking mankin, Sam. Mankin. Oh, honestly, it was fucking. I haven't slept on my mattress since. I've been sleeping on my sofa. I need a new fucking mattress. Right? I woke up the following day. I blood all over my face, blood all over fucking pillows.
Because
It
you're a
was
fucking werewolf.
absolutely. I thought I fucking killed her or something. Do you know what I mean? I thought there was a fucking murder going on in my fucking bed or
You probably
something.
look like a fucking werewolf.
I had blood in my ear somehow, right? And
Bloody
very
hell.
disappointed, really, if I'm honest with you, right? If you look at her, I don't think I've got a photo. Hang on. Yeah, I have somehow.
Don't know if you want to be publicising that, but
Well, fuck it. Right? It's only, right?
I can't really see her anyway.
It's only
But
I can't see her anyway. Right?
mm,
And very disappointed. Very, good looking. A bit of plastic have gone on. Don't get
yeah,
me wrong. Which I don't mind. I'm 40 fucking 3. I'd love
mm.
a bit of plastic myself. Right? But I thought it'd be a lot better than what it was.
Mm.
And I'm very disappointed.
Yes, that is often the
And
case.
so on top of that, so I paid that, right? So I paid that. Then on top of that, I didn't realize who she went. And after looking on Find My iPhone, my fucking phone had gone, didn't it? But she didn't take it. I left in a fucking taxi coming back. Right?
Jesus Christ.
I know.
You didn't get off the taxi. You didn't get off the taxi company.
Well, I've been trying, man. It's fucking shite. It really is shite. Apparently, so I've got a new phone now, right? And
Mm.
um, apparently, while I get in the process of a new phone, I fucking get a SIM card, which I've gone converted my old number onto a SIM card,
Yeah.
right? you know yourself. When I text you on WhatsApp, it probably come up
Yeah,
as me. Do you know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. It did. Yeah.
Uh, so when I put it in, that girl said, "Oh, um, they contacted me. They found your phone." I said, "You fucking joking?" So when you fucking phone my mate do it? Do you know what I mean? I
Mm.
bought the phone, and now they found my fucking old phone.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
I
mate.
know,
You know how
I
to
know.
get into yourself into a bit of fucking bother, don't you? Honestly, you really do.
So now she's coming over on the 30th.
Yeah,
And I tell you, I need to buy a new mattress, new fucking pillows. But honestly, Sam, I felt fucking awful, mate. It's the
yeah,
first time.
yeah.
Look, I've been married. I've had a fling or two when I was married, but this is the first time in which it was proper head in my hands, thinking, Brownie, you are a cunt.
Well, you're human. Unfortunately, you made a.
I'm a male. That's the
You're
problem.
a
I'm a
human. You're a
fucking
male.
male.
You're warm blooded. You have lusts and feelings, but unfortunately, you made a wrong decision there. That's what you did.
Yeah, I know. I felt awful. Steve Down and hi, Steve. Hope you well, mate.
Hi, Steve, mate. How you doing? Bloody hell. He's
Honestly,
always
every time I see Brownie on a
yeah.
channel, he's always got something
Mate,
manky.
he's always got here with Brad. He's got some good stuff on.
Yeah, but the thing is, hey, when she is over, this bloody late night Q&A lark gonna be changing. Gonna be changing. I can fucking tell you that right now.
Will you be allowed? Will you be allowed? Will she give you permission?
She will because she know it. You know, she probably want me out of a fucking room for a few hours. That's right. For fuck's sake. Sam Brownie is a weirdo. Hang on, you cheeky bastard.
Yeah, you've done some weird stuff on stream, Brownie. Let's be honest. You've talked about
Hey,
some
I'm
weird
trying to be
stuff.
individual, and I'm trying to be individual. That's a problem.
You've talked about a lot of weird stuff. You've done a lot of weird stuff. Let's say, let's be honest.
Um, Through Chase Brown. I know,
Mm,
I
yeah,
know,
you're right. It
I
is. You
know.
feel like a right
You know
bellend
what? I've
afterwards.
honestly, for the last few days, I've felt like an absolute wanker.
You feel like a bellend afterwards. Yeah, I know exactly what it feels like. I haven't done it with all the. Sorry, I've never ever interacted sexually with a woman while she has her period. For me, that's just completely off-putting. But unfortunately, I have been in a couple of situations in life where I've gone off with another woman I shouldn't, and as
Yeah.
soon as afterwards, you just regret it completely.
I hope she hasn't bloody. Well, she did subscribe when we were in Marbella, right? And she
Yeah.
unsubscribed. I fucking hope she hasn't subscribed again. But never mind. That's another thing. AWAS, I've told you, man. You can't get any audio because he fucked up his computer. I like how you're shocked that you're so weirdo. Yeah, too right, you cheeky bastard. Too right. Fucking hell.
It's like, huh? Me?
Oh, lads, what's wrong with you? Drop? Exactly. No, the problem was, right? I've done it before with the ex-wife and shit, right? Didn't have, right? But I then, after it happened, I went to the toilet and, washed. I didn't on this occasion. And it went all over my pillows and everything. It was fucking disgusting. It was fucking blobs as well. Blobs, blobs. And looking down, I thought, oh, fuck. And then I thought, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, Dad. Fucking get on with it. You know what I mean? And then, honestly, it really was. Oh,
That is
I
that
felt
is
fucking
fucking
awful, man.
disgusting, mate. Fucking
I felt
disgusting.
awful.
Hmm,
I said,
that is fucking disgusting, mate. Let's talk about something else. It puts me off that shit. It really does. Fucking
There's
bellend,
something
honestly.
else I need to tell you as well.
Fucking
There's
bellend.
something else.
I tell you what, if your
You're
brain
coming
wasn't in your
over,
head, you'd
right?
fucking lose your brain. You would.
I do need her over. She needs to put her foot down. She needs to put her foot down. Otherwise, I'm going to be
You've
dead
got no
by
self
bloody
control, have
next
you?
month. Huh?
You got no fucking self control, have you? You really
No,
don't.
she needs to come over, put her foot down. Okay, I'll be pissed off when she says, "No, you're not going out with the boys, or you're not doing this, you're not doing that." But you know what? It is for the best. It is for the best.
You sure you're 43 and not 13?
I know. I know. What's the problem? That is the fucking problem.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I knew it was something else. People may think, "How? Where the fuck have you been for the last fucking 7 days?" Right? Well, basically, the channel YouTube put a 7 day block on the channel, right? And I think it was uncalled for. I'll be completely honest with you. I think it was uncalled for. A few people may have seen the video we're talking about because it did have around about 30, did have around about 30 views before they put their foot down. Sam, did you see it?
What video was it?
Well, last weekend it was it was unbelievable chaos and a riot in a Mexican
Oh, that
football
one. I
game.
didn't see it. No, I didn't see
Up
the
to
video.
19 people dead,
I didn't see
right?
the video, but I know the what happened. Yeah.
And the vid, I did warn throughout the video. The clips are going to get worse and worse and worse and worse. In the title, I said graphic warning, graphic images, even, and then I even put the video as 18 plus. I've done everything I can. However, it was too much for YouTube, and they took offence. They claimed I broke community guidelines. That's where the 7 day ban come from.
Mm.
However, my point being, hang on, I just reported a story, but 19 people died. What if a news channel put that same
Yeah,
thing
but
on?
the news channel's not going to show dead people, is it?
Yeah, I know. That's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing, because the one clip was incredibly fucking bad, man. It really was. It was incredible. They maybe I shouldn't have.
Well, that's
Uh,
obviously the one that's done it, isn't it? Obviously, that's the
yeah,
kid
it
that's done
was.
it.
It was.
Obviously.
They,
Yeah.
it was right. So that's where I've been. In the meantime, though, throughout the 7 days, I've been looking at other avenues regarding the channel. And if you love your podcast, right, we have been accepted on the podcast platforms as well. So Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and Spotify. So if you love your podcast, whether you're going to work, whatever, please. I don't know what do you do on podcasts? Do you follow or do you subscribe or what?
Yeah, I suppose you subscribe to it. Yeah, you subscribe to it. That means you're following
So
it. Yeah.
do a search football brownie. What we're going to do every late night show will be transferred onto the podcast. After tonight, it could be the fucking final one. You never know.
Now,
But
podcast is
also as well, just to keep the content going, all the old interviews I've done will also be uploaded on podcast. It's
yeah, that'd be
pointless
good.
to watch alongs on the fucking podcast,
No,
isn't
no,
it?
no, don't do that. Podcasts is we're talking like this and interviews and stuff that you're not supposed to see basically, but listen to. That's what it's about.
Yeah, 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 definitely. So Sam, so
Yes,
Sam, right, hang on. Brownie cracks me up. He's a fucking animal.
he is, mate. He is
Is
an
she totally
animal.
not? You know what? In back of my mind, I'll be honest with you. In the back of my mind, she's only coming over because of the war in Russia. That's in the back of my mind,
Mm.
right? However, we did have many good times as well as bad times in Spain. So it's a bit of 50-50 in my mind. News channels showing, pretend, nah, this was proper shit, man. Just even look at Twitter. That's where I had the clips from. Look at Twitter and yeah, put Atlas with one of the teams. Uh, K K K Tareno was the other one, or something like. Just put
They're
Atlas.
crazy, aren't they? The Mexicans, they're crazy. They don't give a shit.
Fucking crazy, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
and it was live on TV as well. Kafili, A week ban. Be honest, mate. You've been filming a lift back from Remain. No, it was. It was from last Sunday. Uh, the ban was from last Sunday morning. Hence the reason why today um, we finally back on. Yeah, I posted one pretending to be dead. All right,
Oh,
okay.
that's that. Yeah, that's that clip that people claim is showing fake news when the people don't realise they're watching actually a protest from somewhere. I can't remember where they're filming a protest where they're showing they're like dramatizing people the amount of dead people. So they've got people there showing they're pretending to be dead.
You're on about one I put up, and you said that's
Yeah,
fake
that
news.
is
Right,
it's
okay.
completely fake. It's not a news channel trying to show fake dead people. What it is it's a filming of a protest, and then you even hear the voiceover. They've voiced over the guy when they're trying to make into fake news. They've voiced over the guy who's speaking. You can just see it's not even his voice. It's completely crap. But people fall for a hook, line, and sinker. People fall for that. There's no critical thinking when it comes to videos for some weird reason. You can have a clown looking at you in the face and say, "Oh, that's fucking Bill Clinton" or something like that. I mean, people don't have any critical thinking whatsoever when it comes to videos.
Well, yeah, I know Steve is on Twitter. Steve just do a search Mexico game now and put videos and you can fucking see it for yourself. Really is that bad.
I didn't bother seeing that because that stuff just puts me off. I'm not bothered seeing all of that. There's no reason to. What's the point? What's the point of looking at dead people? Honestly, I mean that whole. I remember when I was a kid, there was at school there was that website that what was it fucking called? Rotten.com was the first website. It was a website back in the
Hang on,
90s.
1 second.
There's always
Sam,
one
take it
second.
away, yeah?
There's always 1 second with you. You're always fucking off somewhere you are. Anyway, back in the 90s when the internet started to become something, people started, looking at websites and stuff like that. I remember at school when I was in my teens, there was a website called rotten.com. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't checked for many, many years. And if you're squirmish, don't go and check it. But there was a website called rotten.com where they would just collect all the most gory, fucking horrible pictures, people, crime scene photos from murders and, accident pictures, from medical investigations. And, oh, Jesus Christ, there was some really sick shit there. And for some reason, people are fascinated by that. I suppose it's all, horses for courses, whatever floats your boat and all of that. But I can't stomach that shit. I can't watch, you know, I can't see pictures of people, real pictures of, dead people and all of that, especially gory pictures, really bad injuries and, wounds and stuff like that. And I can't stand it. So anyway, but I was just wondering, but people, there's so many people are fascinated by that shit, and yeah, not me. I can't stand it. Anyway, how's everyone doing this evening? So it's Sunday night. Fucking hell, Sunday already, isn't it? Jesus, Monday tomorrow. How's everyone doing? I'm going to be watching Peaky Blinders at 9 o'clock. Is anyone else going to be watching that final season? To be honest, it's episode 3 tonight. First couple of episodes hasn't been that great, to be honest. It seems to be going a bit over the top in terms of trying to do too many things at once. But it just doesn't have the good sort of feeling and vibe that the first 2, 3, 4 seasons had. They always become a bit too much, don't they? These series, they try and take it too far. But anyway, got to watch it. Episode 3 tonight. One of the reasons is one of my favourite actors at the moment, Stephen Graham. The English actor who's become well known in Hollywood as well. He was recently in The Irishman, with Al Pacino and Robert Redford, sorry, not Robert De Niro, and all of that. Martin Scorsese film. Went through Netflix. He was on there. He played one of the mobsters, and he's well known for a lot of English films. The This Is England, playing one of the gritty roles there, and This Is England. Fantastic actor, Stephen Graham. Um, he was in the not the last season, but the second to last season of Line of Duty as well. He was that copper that had gone rogue, undercover. Yeah, fantastic actor. Yeah, he's in it tonight. And looking forward to seeing that. But yeah, Peaky Blinders. You've got to see it, haven't you? Last season, it's going to all be kicking off, and people, major characters are going to die and all of that. So it's always interesting, entertaining to watch. What's the chat saying? Max says I was the only site the IT staff didn't find out to block on school computers. If there's a site they should have fucking blocked, is that site. Sam, did that have a little chimp with its head stuck through a table and people sat around hitting over the head and eating its brains while it was alive? Jesus Christ, Stephen. Yeah, that would have definitely been a site for it. Definitely. No, I just remember. I don't want to talk about it, but it's crime scene photos, medical investigations. Real, not made up stuff. Real stuff. It's disgusting. Anyway, so I suppose Brownies on one of his piss and poo wanker breaks or whatever it is, fucking getting a beer and having a wank. He's always taking a break. He has more breaks than fucking David Bustleg. If you're old school,
Yeah, sorry, man. No, I had to knock on the door because I've got a new phone, haven't I? So I've lost everybody's number.
Yeah.
So a drink delivery guy, I fucking
Oh yeah. The drink delivery guy. I bet you call him more than you do your fucking your fucking mum.
Oh, of course. Okay, now. Like a bloody drug dealer in a fucking car park. Give him a fucking. It is, honestly.
Yeah, but there's alcohol's not really allowed, is it?
No. Anyway, sorry, man.
No worries. We had a little discussion.
Well, what do you talk about? Oh, Max is back in the house. Max, Sam has to leave at 9 o'clock, so come in. I want to chat to you.
Yeah, jump on now, Max. Jump on now.
Yeah, go on then. Yeah, come meet Sam, Max.
Don't jump on with us. Why
not? Right. Keep on talking then, and then I'll send Max the fucking link.
Yeah, so I was just saying it's fucking Sunday night. I'll be watching the Peaky Blinders, the last season of the Peaky Blinders. I was just talking a bit about that. And it's a series I really enjoy at the moment. I suppose, even though it's not quite as enjoyable as the previous seasons. But there's not really much I'm watching at the moment in terms of series. I want to see Succession. I've heard good things about that with Brian Cox. Want to see that. I have recently seen Billions with Damian Lewis and what's his name, Paul Giamatti. That was a good series. There's a latest season of that as well. I need to catch up on the latest. Their one last season, I think it's going to be. I need to catch up on that as well. What else is there? I want to see Ozark. I've heard many good things about Ozark. I want to see that.
Max, I've sent you a link on Twitter, and Nathan is in the fucking chat. At least you can communicate some fucking how, you dopey bastard.
Nathan, mate. Oh, Jesus Christ. He loves his old Budweiser, doesn't he?
I know. No, there's banter, proper banter between Nathan and Max, you see. And as an outsider, son, it's funny as fuck, to be honest. It is really funny as fuck. Max is a massive West Brom fan, and Nathan is proper taking a piss out of him now the way they're going.
Well,
But it'd be
Newcastle
good to have
doing
Max on.
well.
I haven't seen him for a while.
Newcastle have been doing well lately. I've got to give it to them. They were unlucky today as well against Chelsea. They should have had a penalty. Apparently, I was reading the report. They should have had a penalty. Newcastle they felt they were hard done by, and Chelsea got a late goal, didn't they? Through Havertz, 87th, 88th minute. So unlucky.
Well, because of my phone fucking issues, I hardly watch. Apart from the Arsenal game, I haven't watched anything. I'm currently watching a Barcelona game. They're 3-0 up against Osasuna.
Yeah, Spanish football bores the fuck out of me, to be honest. It really does. It was much better in the 90s. I enjoyed it more in the 90s. Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. I get that. It has got more homegrown simply because the money's not there at the moment.
Yeah, no, it was more enjoyable in the 90s. Spanish football.
Hi, Dave. Hang on.
Dog
How
food.
long has that site been going on? What site are you talking about now? We're not talking about fucking bloody Pornhub or something like that. You know what I mean? You know.
Website. No, I was talking about there was a website when I was just before you left, just to knock the nail on the head and finish talking about it. But there was a website, you know, when everyone started, you know, looking at the internet and stuff, and it was a website called rotten.com, and that was a website that collected all the goriest shit from around the, you know, from wherever. It was pictures from crime scene photos, you know, murders, and it was medical investigation, you know, sick injuries, and, you know, people recently dead of something or whatever. And it was just completely sick shit, you know, real graphic, real horrible shit. And it was just, and people were fascinated by it. You know, people were, you know, looking at it, was fascinated. And I couldn't stand it. I never went in. I went in there once, never again. It just completely put me off.
Yeah,
And
it is.
I can't stand that shit. And we was just talking about, and then Steve, was it Steve? I think he said, or was it Max? I can't remember. Max said that was a website at his school. They didn't manage to block.
Well, going back to our conversation a few days ago, Sam, and because you don't like the you know, some of the uploads in which I do on the channel, and you're not the only one. You're not the only one. You know, you think it holds the channel back, and so far, and I get that, but we get the views because human beings,
I get it. They're fascinated by it. I get
are
it.
fascinated by
Yeah.
horribleness, really.
Yeah, it's like it is true.
Yeah.
It is true in terms of if something happens around you, you know, terrible, you do, you know, you do pay attention to it. Like if there's the old saying, which is true, you know, if it's a car crash, you know, it's like on the motorway, right?
Oh,
If there's a car crash, people on the other side that don't need to slow down, they all slow down to see what's happened, right? You know, it's you know, it's just, it's human nature, isn't it? You know, but yeah, but if I can avoid it, you know, I will try and avoid it, because it's just, you know, it's just, I don't like. I mean, I'm not talking about like the hooligans stuff, people fighting. That's okay, but when it's like, you know, fucking severed fingers and fucking people dead and that, I just, you know, that's a bit too much for me, you know.
Hello.
All right, Max, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, thank you. How you guys doing?
Hey, where's your fucking video, man? Fucking hell.
Can't be fucked.
Ah,
It won't add anything. I'm just.
I want to see what he looks like. What does Max look like?
Oh, can you do like a little display picture? It's nothing. It's nothing good. Like you're not. Yeah.
come on, hey Max, come on.
I'm not going on camera.
I'm trying to introduce you to
He's
Sam.
naked, isn't he? He's naked.
I'm trying to introduce you to Sam with my fucking
Not fucking naked.
two hands tied
He's
behind my back.
got Willie in his hand, isn't he?
It's not going to add anything to this conversation.
I just want to see what you look like. That's all.
Right.
That's all.
Oh, okay. Well, don't.
You're just an M at the moment.
I know. I haven't put my name.
You're M. You're from fucking.
Come on, Max.
I'm not going on camera.
Dame Judi Dench, you are.
How do you? Oh, this.
Come back in.
I'm not going on camera, but yeah, I'll probably have to come back in to
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
if you've got a profile picture, yeah, stick that on there then. Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, on what talking about comedy while I was away, was there?
My family. Yeah, that was pretty good, that one. That was the one with the dentist, wasn't it?
My
What's his name? The
family.
dentist, I think. He was a
Ah,
dentist.
yeah, I know what you're talking about. I tell you what. I tell you what, because I've right. I don't know why, but I was looking. I was looking at George Best, and uh, I was, for some reason his old quotes come on a YouTube channel, and some of his quotes are brilliant. Really,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
really were brilliant. And I remember as a kid watching George Best. And he's infamous, really. Unfortunately, he was absolutely pissed as a fart on the Terry Wogan show. Prop pissed as a fart,
Yeah,
right?
and he got a problem, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And he then, a few years later, I was watching all the interviews, George Best interviews. He then went on Mrs. Merton's show. I don't know if you're old enough to remember
Yeah, I
Mrs.
remember Mrs. Merton. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Caroline Aherne, really. Dressed up as an old woman. R.I.P. to both George Best and Caroline Aherne, and all the audience were OAPs really. And that fucking interview.
Mm,
He, she played George Best to a
yeah,
T really. At one point, it looked as if he was quite uncomfortable, but then he
yeah.
went back. The banter between them was brilliant.
Ah,
And
sounds good. Sounds good.
yeah, Mrs. Merton, brilliant comedy.
Yeah, she was good. I remember her. I do remember
Yeah,
her. Yeah.
I think, Sam, British comedy has gone too left field now in the last 20 years, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you see the older stuff now is just completely unacceptable now. I mean, like I grew up with what's it called?
Love Thy Neighbour.
What's it called now? With Alf Garnett,
Oh yeah, yeah,
I mean, him and he had a black helper, a guy who was helping
yeah.
him, and he was just abusing him all day long, and Alf Garnett was abusing him all day long, and that stuff just wouldn't pass today at all. They wouldn't accept that at all today.
Right, but you know what? You know what? Because uh, the character was a West Ham fan.
Mm.
Uh, Actually, he's a Tottenham fan who hated West Ham.
Yeah, I know, but the
Afghan
character
is
was that,
is
yeah.
a Jew, and he was abusing a Jew. So it was like
Mm.
kind of like it was kind of, if you look back, it was kind of like getting back at the
Mm.
racists
Mm.
in a indifferent way.
Yeah, well, the thing is, his character, the way he treated that Marigold, his name was Marigold, was
Yeah,
the name of the helper, the black helper, and it was the way he talked to him was, he did say some pretty nasty stuff to him, but it was funny. It was done in a funny way back then, but because the context back then
yeah.
was different, so it was funny back then. Back then, people, they found it funny, but in today's, you look at
Oh,
it
it's
through
it. I
today's
know.
lens, it's all just racist. It's you can't say those things, and
Or even bloody even only fools and horses. Some of those kind of
yeah,
uh,
exactly, yeah. No, so
parts
we've
were
moved
bloody.
on. We've
I
moved on.
don't.
The way we communicate has moved on, and I understand why. You do have to move on and evolve, and and try. But I know what you mean in terms of it's gone so far. It's gone like
Yeah,
so far left that now it's like you just have everything has to be so safe.
yeah.
There's
No one
no
can be
one
offended. No one can
no
be
one
offended.
no one wants to try. No one wants to try and take any chances anymore. It's all you just have to be completely safe now.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Yeah.
As someone with a speech impairment, right? I love bloody that episode Only Fools and Horses where oh what's Dale's bloody wife or
What?
girlfriend?
Oh, Raquel.
Yeah, Raquel. Um does a duet with a guy with a fucking speech.
Yeah.
Why? You know what I mean? Why?
Her
He couldn't say
face
it's for
when
cars, could he?
her face when she sees him, when he because he can't say why. Her
Do
face,
you know what I mean?
her
Fucking hell.
face, she's devastated, and then they have to do this big show, and Dell's there all proud and everything, and you see his face, and they're so embarrassed, it's fantastic.
Honestly, but you can't take everyone is offended by everything now. Do you know what I mean?
Well, that's the thing now. It's become like a virtue now, isn't it? That's what I call it,
Yeah.
virtue signaling. It's now it's like, it's a thing now. It's a fad to be offended. Oh, you're offending me now. Really? Really? I'm offending you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
That's
why I take a piss out of my fucking self, for fuck's sake.
I'd take the piss out of myself for being, overweight and stuff like that. I mean, you gotta be able to you got to be able to have poke fun at yourself as well, because we're not none of us are perfect. We've all got flaws and full of them,
Dave, I've got it. Tony and Angelo.
Angelina, that was the character, wasn't it? Yeah. Brilliant.
Soon as I was quiet.
Yeah.
Or dive, or trick, or dive. Fucking brilliant. Love it.
All right, Dave. Yeah.
Because the guy, do you remember the episode where Del Boy falls through the bar?
Yeah.
Right? The barman was actually a neighbour of mine in Penarth.
Right. Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually a neighbour of mine in Penarth.
No, the world is small. Small world.
Yeah.
Where's Max gone?
What?
Where's Max gone? He just disappeared, did he?
Yeah. You probably saw it. Max is a music guy, DJ and all that. Can you imagine Benny Hill today? Freaking hell, too right.
Yeah, I mean what he did with it. Today he would be called a misogynist, wouldn't he? That's it. He's a misogynist. That's it. He hates women. That would be the way he'd be labelled today.
Or Carry On films.
Oh yeah, all misogynist. Give me a break.
There he is.
Was that worth it? I mean, I'm fucking tiny there.
Yeah, I can't really see him. Anyway,
you got to go in about 10 minutes. Peaky Blinders is more important than fucking the late night Q&A.
I've sold all my fucking details to Melon just for that. They know my
You
blood
fucking
type.
sell out. Anyway, Max, Sam, Max, West Brom fan, Arsenal fan.
West Brom, eh?
Unfortunately, yeah. But no, I enjoyed your second half commentary. It was good.
Is it family that's from there, or?
I was born in it's mainly like a family tradition. But I was born in Kidderminster,
right,
and then Yorkshire, and then grew up in Cornwall.
Right, Cornwall, nice. Oh, nice, yeah.
He's now in East London now, Max now.
Hackney
Wick.
Hackney Wick, yeah, not bad, right?
Yeah, so I had a lot of Villa supporters outside. Like they go right outside my fucking bedroom window. And of course, like if West Brom were doing well, I'd wear my West Brom shirt and just give them the finger outside the window. But because we're so shit, I can't even do that.
You can't be seen with West Brom shirt on there.
But at least they did lose, didn't they?
Yeah.
Fuck for that.
Yeah. West Brom, eh?
Hey, Max, out there telling the fucking banter you and Nathan have.
Where is he?
No, he can't fucking come on, can he? Because he's broken bloody everything. Broken his glasses, his fucking computer, and his phone now. But you were right. He did answer me. He said, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I said, can you hear me? Yeah. Okay. I can't hear you. What?
You did I did feel like he bought like 5 crates of beer last night.
Yeah, not a good idea. Not a good idea.
But I said, like, the only thing he didn't break was the second crate. I think he only drank about 4 beers and then he was gone.
That's Nathan for you. Matt Nathan, yeah.
I've seen him a couple of his old watch-alongs. He was completely,
Oh, that
completely fucked after a few beers, and he would just fall off and snore, and you could hear him snore for 8 hours.
it's given me so much.
Hey, I've not seen anything. I've done a sleep along.
Yeah, that was one of the first videos you did, Brownie. He was like, I got a good idea. I'll do a sleep along because people like to watch people sleep.
Yeah, I know.
You have seen those streams where people get like donated thousands.
Millions, man. That's why. But I think the difference between me and the person who done the video I looked at was she was a fucking good-looking bird. Do you know what I mean? That was the difference.
Yeah, as I was saying, Brownie, people don't really want to see you sleep, to be honest. Really, it wasn't. There was a few perverts, weren't there? I think you had like about 10 viewers, didn't you?
Yeah, I don't know.
You gotta wonder what 10 viewers are watching you sleep.
When was this?
I think they took it down. I think YouTube took it down. I think they did, yeah. Hey, Max, happy birthday, by the way.
Oh, yeah, happy birthday.
Thank you. No, yeah, I mean,
how old are you? How old are you today?
Well, it's not till Wednesday, but yeah, I turn 30.
Oh, okay. How old are you then?
I turn 30, so I'm 29.
Oh, the big 3-0, eh? You got anything planned?
I'm not very good with like birthday parties, but I think there's like a golfing range in Canary Wharf where it's like a bar, and just it sounds like I'm fucking 90 now, but I love golf. I do quite enjoy it.
Yeah, golf is good. Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Plus a bar as well. Just get pissed.
Golf and a bar, two very good things go together.
But yeah, I'm off to Belgium next weekend.
You're going to Belgium next weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I wasn't, because I haven't been jabbed. I wasn't able to go, but Belgium's lifted their sort of restrictions just like last minute. So I'm gonna go to, because I do music, and we're doing a show in Belgium. But
what are you doing in Belgium? I mean, is it Brussels or
Antwerp?
Antwerp. Okay, what are you doing? What was it you're doing?
Well, I kind of like I'm in a duo where we kind of like EDM kind of music, drum and bass.
All right, okay.
But I'm not very good with flying, so I only do the producing. And the girl I work with, she does all the DJing.
So you're behind the music, and she does.
Yeah, but with Antwerp, I can just get the Eurostar, which is ideal.
So you are getting the Eurostar then? You're not flying.
Oh no, I literally just I can't fly. I'm trying to get it sorted.
You're not scared of flying, are you?
No, I'm just it's claustrophobia, or just like I haven't been on the tube for about 2 years.
That's fascinating.
Or a bus, or I can't get my haircut as well. Like I think it's that feeling of like you can't leave.
Right, that's fascinating because you find flying difficult, but not being on a train.
Yeah, I think it's like on a train I could possibly stick my head out the window. Fresh air.
Yeah.
I honestly I don't know. I can't make sense of it, but it's
No, I mean there's many things like that you can't really explain, but that's just the way it is, isn't it? You know, it's.
I'm trying to get it sorted, but what line of work are you in, Sam?
I work primarily within risk management, health and safety.
Oh, right, okay.
So I work for a ground handling company within aviation.
Aviation.
Yeah, ground handling. So they do like we do like all the various airports around the UK and globally as well. We do the like from passenger services, boarding, and then out on the air side of the operation, like the loading, offloading, and baggage handling.
And these are at like major airports, and not like like the
yeah. We're there's every airport will have at least 2 or 3 or more ground handling companies that handle the various airlines. But I can just tell you, I work for. It doesn't matter. I work for. They're called Menzies Aviation.
Menzies.
And we're at Heathrow, we're at Gatwick, we're at Luton. Yeah.
Is this like the there was a program? It was the same company that did like Yorkshire school kids. They did one for an airport, and there's so much like pressure on getting a flight out in time because
yeah, especially airport
insurance to
Yeah, especially at the major airports. Especially the major airports like Heathrow and that, because there's so much traffic. You know, the flights.
Right.
They all have specific slot times, and they literally, if you don't go at that slot time, it can be several hours until you can go again. So, you know, it means a lot to them, of course, to be on time. That's what they pay for as well.
Yeah.
And they pay a lot of money for those slot times. So, you know, it means a lot to them. That's why they have all that on-time performance pressure.
Did you see that? Was it Big Jet?
It means a hell of a lot to them financially, you know.
Was it Big Jet? Was it 2 weeks ago when the hurricane, that YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
mad. Mad that was.
Yeah, he films all the arrivals.
He was there last night.
Yeah.
Right.
Good guy he is.
It's 9 o'clock. Sam needs to go. Peaky Blinders is starting.
Yeah, I better go watch your Peaky Blinders, and I'll catch up to you another time.
Cheers, Sam.
Cheers.
I got a big delivery to fucking sort out.
All right. See you guys soon. All right. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Cheers,
guys. Bye-bye.